Hello, hello, hello. Welcome along, everyone, to the Quantum this week Akashic readings, clearings, and healings. And this is the first time I have a guest on our show. So a big welcome to Natasha.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yay, it's so cool. And we've known each other. I can't remember the exact year, should probably work it out, but it's almost 20 years that we
hmm
first worked together in an internet service provider. And that was a lot of fun. I remember back then. And also now we've started partnering on various things. But yeah, I'd love you to introduce yourself um, and learn a bit, just tell our audience more about you, please.
Absolutely. So, working in the internet service provider with you was a previous lifetime, almost compared to where we both are now, which is beautiful to see. And it was a wonderful experience. And so, where I am now, I work very much within the Akashic records. A good way of describing the Akashic records is almost kind of like the Google of the spiritual world, in a sense. Where we're connecting to people's blueprints and we look at past lives, present lives. We look at all sorts of things that are in your life path coming up. And it's a great indication of spiritual suggestions on how to move forward in many ways or why things are happening in the way they are. The other thing that I do as well is I'm a Reiki master. And I found Reiki, I mean, I've always done hands-on healing, but I found the modality of Reiki when I hit a stage of burnout in my life, and it helped me to step back into my spirituality. I also do craniosacral therapy and somato emotional release therapies as well. So I'm so happy to support you today on this platform and to support those and to be of service, really, more than anything else. I'm deeply humbled and grateful for you for this opportunity, Jon.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's so cool to be working with you, not just in podcasts, and it's been amazing. We've done two already this week.
Absolutely.
It's like I've met you every day for the last days, and yeah, to do this work, to be able to work together in every dimension is just so exciting. Um, so yeah, I'd like to kick us off with setting up a safe space, and
Mhm.
I just wanted to thank everyone for last session, we're helping healing people's pets. So we will be taking requests for pets as well as people, or both. And yeah, I'll set up the safe space. And someone else had commented, they were saying that they really enjoyed this creation of a safe space because it's so important for us,
Mhm.
psychologically, physically, energetically. So yeah, let's begin. So begin by taking in 3 deep breaths in through the nose, nice and deep, and breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep, and breathe out any low vibration, emotion, or energy that no longer serves your highest good. And breathe in through the nose, nice and deep, and breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or stress, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly. And as we focus our attention on the center of our hearts, extend the light cord from the center of your heart up through the top of your head, up through the sky and through the stars, all the way up through this universe, going higher and higher until you reach the highest dimension of this universe that you can imagine. And there, connecting your light cord into the source of love of this universe. Remain connected into source and extend your light cord down through the stars and through the sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now, from the center of your heart, this time, extend the light cord down through the root of your spine, going deep into the ground, down through the layers, all the way down until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. Remain connected into Mother Gaia's heart and extend your light cord up through the layers of the planet, through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And now together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below, we expand out a golden bubble around each of us individually at first, and we set the intention that only energies and entities with our permission, our highest good, love and compassion, can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us, and that all other energies and entities must leave us immediately. And into our golden bubbles, we invite in our guides, our higher selves, our ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia. We also invite in Archangel Metatron. And through space and time, I create a golden bubble around all those who choose to enter our live stream and the replay, and that have the highest good love and compassion for all. And I create this golden bubble around all aspects of us, setting the intention that only energies and entities with our permission, our highest good, love and compassion, can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. And for Natasha and I invite in our guides, our higher selves, our ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source and Gaia, and any other angels or any other beings we choose to invite in. And for everyone in the live and in the replay, as we connect with you when you request in all capitals for us to do a reading, clearing, healing on you, your pets, your home, whatever you choose, at that point, we will invite forwards your higher self and your guides and any other aspect of you that is relevant for that practice. And so it is.
Thank you
Okay.
for creating that space.
My pleasure. Sometimes I'm never sure, like, should I bring in like everyone's guides all at once? But whilst it sounds fun, I feel like it becomes like a massive waiting room, which is
Absolutely.
quite funny. Okay, well, we can make a start. Now, there was just prior to this live stream, there was, and I haven't figured out how to do this yet with Zoom. So Natasha and I are on Zoom, and it's streaming through to YouTube. So just prior to the creation of this live stream, there were two requests. So I don't know, Viviani, hello to everyone. Hello to Viviani and everyone. This is the live chat. Just to say the first request I have is from Heaney, and it's a healing for Hector, the family cat, who's suffering from nosebleeds. So as always, please let us know if you're still in the chat, and also share any other details that you'd like us to. We're going to, Natasha and I are going to try and basically just do both together. So I'll go in first, and Natasha, you'll share even more, which is fantastic. So excited for this. So yeah, just waiting for Heaney to. Yes, Hector the cat having nosebleeds. Thank you, John. Okay. So just inviting forwards Heaney, your higher self, and also your cat, Hector, and their higher self. And I was just asking, first of all, like, what is the cause of these nosebleeds? And I'm being shown Hector's like got their head like down quite close to the carpet and like wandering around, and sniffing up this. This is like a mix of negative energy, and then also there's like, I feel it's like I don't want to alarm you about your carpets or your floors, but there's like some mites, there's like some dust mites there. And I feel like the two are linked. Let me just connect further with Hector to understand, what is Hector doing? Why is this happening? It's like this. It's a very protective behavior, and I see Hector like walking around your perimeters, your boundaries, and then also in and around the home. And Hector's saying, "Well, I've done this before. Like I've done it in previous lives as a different being. I'm just seeing like dog. They've been a dog in the past life."
Mm.
And I also saw elephant, which I just find really funny because it's like from an elephant to a cat seems like a huge leap. But that was some time ago. I feel like Hector's not really sure what to do with this negative energy that surrounds, that they seem to be focusing on the floor. And is it just limited? Is it just restricted to the floor? What is this negative energy?
It's almost like he's being a filter so that that
Mm-hmm.
energy doesn't filter up. I also saw him as a dog in the sense of detecting what needs to be
Yeah.
released as well, which is absolutely beautiful too. Um,
I saw Heaney was like standing and doing this like kind of grounding where they're sending like anything negative down into the ground, but it wasn't going like beneath the home. It was continuing um to just like kind of disperse out across the floor and be and was stuck. Um Heaney's saying Hector is not only the king of the castle, but also the straw that stirs the drink. And I'm asking Hector. Hector's not really sure what to do, or their higher self about this negative energy, just dealing with it in the best way that they can. Um, and yeah, to what you were saying, Natasha, there is this like filtering and dispersing, almost like
mhm.
Hector's used to be able to like, it's almost like picking up the energy and moving it, like taking it
Yeah,
at home.
yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's what the nosebleed is. The nosebleed is like
The
the
clearing.
way of getting it back out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Is there another way that Heaney can do that? Sorry, Hector can do this if required. It's funny. I'm being shown Hector like blowing, but also chasing the energy like out of the home, like running around, kind of going a bit crazy, running around and pushing it out, like trying to get it out the door, or if you have a cat flap, out the cat flap. It doesn't always need to be inhaled.
Mm.
And is there anything that Heaney can do?
Can we clear the home? Can we clear the
Yeah,
energy to support?
yeah. Heaney says definitely family issues may be upsetting Hector's
Mm.
equilibrium. Yeah, could we get permission Heaney to clear the home, please? To clear your home. There's a bit of a lag, so we'll wait a moment. When we're on Zoom, we'll just take a moment. Heaney says yes. That's not too much of a lag. Fantastic. Okay. Um, so I can go first if you want, Tasha.
Sure.
I'm bringing down a column of golden light to above the highest points of the roof of the home, and setting the intention to clear and to heal any negative energy that doesn't serve the highest good of all those that live within the home or visit the home. Just bringing this energy down and just broadening out, scanning out across the whole roof, across the top of the rooms. And there are some um, entities. They're up, like they move, but they're up in the corners of the rooms, and it's like I can see them coming into. They come in and enter, like the try and influence the thoughts of those that are living there, to like stir up trouble, like this negative talk. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. There was three of them. Okay. And then coming down to the ground. It's just this dark, it's like jet black carpet of energy. And there is something blocked in the home that's preventing it from draining away. It's like the home itself wants to drain this energy away. So first I'm just gathering up this dark energy on the ground. And towards the center of the home, I'm opening up this drain temporarily and sending this down below the home. And I'm just going to catch it below. I'm about 20 meters down below the home. And I'm holding this energy in a golden bubble, a protective light, and just filling that up. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. And I'm just asking Mother Gaia about the best way of this home continuing to clear itself. She's saying that this drain is fine as long as the energy spreads out as it goes down below the home and isn't stuck or trapped. But there's also this effect, and I feel like this is what Hector was doing and can continue to support with, which is the energy, like the negative energy just like flowing out under the doorway. I keep seeing the front door in particular, and it like flows out into the ground and seeps into the ground to be transmuted. Okay. Natasha?
Okay, absolutely. So connecting into the records of your home. I'm also calling in the violet flame of Saint Germain to cleanse, clear, release, dissolve, and transmute all static, distortion, and interference for all those that live within the home. And I'm also asking that that portal that you've created, that it supports Hector whenever he's finding that energy, so that he can access it when he needs it, to release, remove, dissolve any of the energy that is being directed towards you that is not in alignment. And I'm going to ask to activate the frequencies of peace, of love, of harmony within the home. And I'm asking to create a filter of violet fire in your doorways and all the openings, so that any lower vibrational frequencies that come into the home are transmuted as soon as they hit this filter of protection, transmuting, transcending everything brought into the home. That is not in the highest and greatest good of all, or serving your highest potential. I also clear both of you of all ancestral energies, clearing the drama, clearing the confusion, clearing the manipulation. And I ask to bring in clarity. I ask for all that is hidden to be seen and dissolved with compassion, with love, and with harmony. And I ask that Archangel Raphael bring in healing for both of you. In all timelines, in all dimensions, and in all realities. And I ask to support the healing, the clearing that Jon has done with the violet flame and into the records of your blueprint and into the records of your physical, your etheric, your mental and emotional bodies. Huh. I'm getting Hector has had a previous lifetime in Egypt. He's so used to commanding everything. Oh my goodness. He certainly is the king of the castle. And he's come in contracted to you to support you. And this is his gift. He clears for you. He supports you. You are also in a state of expansion. And he keeps those energies away to allow you to move through what you're going through at the moment. And he tries to keep you calm and to protect you always. And what you're going through right now is temporary. Is asking you to step into observation as to the feelings that are coming up for you. Because these are all patterns that are showing up. Is asking you to give yourself grace and compassion as well. To love yourself as much as you love him. Because when you're going through this phase at the moment, and I feel very lonely as I connect into that, he reminds you that you're not alone and that this is a transformational phase. And the vision that they're showing me is like a butterfly. You're in this icky, gooey part of transformation between rebuilding yourself in the cocoon and emerging as the butterfly. So Hector's come in very much to protect you while you're in this vulnerable space of expansion and knowing. But he's saying this time is temporary and it's time to choose you first. Sometimes you do too much for other people. And so he's asking you to love yourself as much as you love him. No.
Wow. Thank you,
I hope
Natasha.
that resonates.
Yeah, let us know, Heaney, how that went. That was really beautiful, really powerful. Um, and yeah, just let us know in the chat. And we have we have like over 13, I think. And that's just the list of that Viviane has been sharing. I'm sure there's more coming in. So we will uh, we will try and move through as many as we can as relatively quickly as we can. Um, and yeah, just going to step back from Hector and Heaney. Thank you so much. And your home, sending you so much love. We hope this helps you. Thank you. Well, according to Viviani, I think the next person is, and Heaney says, Natasha and Jon, perfect, thanks. And shares some delightful emojis. Um, so thank you. Yeah, let us know, is it Lottie next? And what is Lottie looking for today? Just scan up the chat while waiting. Yeah, Lottie, let us know you're still here. Lottie says, love the sunflowers, Natasha. They're a big hit every time we meet.
I love them too. They're my favorite. Thank
It's so
you.
cool. There's some little baby ones just growing at the door of my studio outside, and I think they're like that big, but they're it's so beautiful to see. So Lottie is here. Yeah, Lottie, let us know what you'd like us to focus on. Let's see if I can see it in the chat. The chats also do this really fascinating thing of hiding stuff. Here we go. Um, Akashic reading or healing would be great, whichever is needed. Reading or healing. Okay. So for Lottie, I'm just going to ask your higher self to step forwards. And your guides. Just one of Lottie's guides, please. And I'm shown Lottie as there's like multiple versions of you, and they're layered. It feels like these layers, if I count them, I think there's about, they kind of disappear off into like the mist, but there's five or so that are close by. They seem to be like these previous lives. Um, and of course, our previous lives are alive. They're running in parallel just now. And so I was drawn to, your guide was showing me like to for me to go through and do an energy scan of you, and you can ask Natasha to help with the Akashic side and past lives, or anything else you want to do, Natasha.
Yeah, so
So
as I
just
connected in and scanned, first thing that came through, and this is what these past lives are helping with you, is very much in your throat chakra. So your avenues of self-expression that are coming through, and they're encouraging you to speak your truth more often. And this is where this is coming in to play right now, is not only releasing what's holding you back from expressing yourself and stepping into your power. So there's a little bit of healing, a little bit of trauma that happened within this lifetime that has kind of like stopped you from speaking from the heart space as well. Um, is coming through, and a little bit of grief in the lungs that I'm feeling as well. But it's time to start speaking up. It's time to speak your truth, and it's okay, because they're saying that people will judge you anyway. So whether you do or whether you don't, people will judge you. So do what you want to do what brings you joy, do what encourages you to live the life that you envision as well. And these previous lives that are coming in, is one of them, I'm seeing you as in Roman times as a Roman warrior. Um, and it's almost kind of like seeing you going into battle, and it's like I'm seeing a big scream, as they run in, and then they scream, they release that energy that is holding on to. It's you would benefit from perhaps going for a big walk and having that release that's coming out. You have so much knowledge and wisdom to share, big heart that you have as well. Don't let others stop you from sharing the love that you have. And you're getting into this phase of what you say matters, what the words that you express are valuable. You don't even notice The people that you touch around you with the words that you say, your manner, you're very empathic. People will come and tell you their problems as well. And that is part of being a healer as well. So it's about embracing that, but it's about not being afraid when you speak your truth from a place of love and compassion. That's all you can do, but you need to honor yourself. Is the message that I was getting from that scan. It's all in here. Speaking from the heart is very, very important right now.
Fantastic. Thank you, Natasha. I see Lottie was saying yes, and very true. Um, I saw that there's some sort of past life recalls, the memories that you are having, Lottie. And I'm not sure you know exactly what those are. And I definitely agree with Natasha. Like I could feel that it's like a nauseous feeling in your throat. It's like you really want to express it. And I saw prior to the like the Roman lifetime, this lifetime of being attacked for telling your truth,
Mm-hmm.
and losing your life in that time, and that like blood curdling scream that the this Roman aspect of you was sharing, like you're being encouraged to bring those, to allow yourself to speak that truth, and
Mm-hmm.
that will weave together all these lives so that that you feel more complete again. And yeah, open yourself up. So many of us need to open up our throat chakras.
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, she says, thank you, wonderful reading. I have a sense of them, including a traumatic one. You're fantastic. Yeah, please do, speak your truths, share it with others, write it down, scream it into a pillow, however you want to articulate it. Get that energy out of you.
A great way to help your throat chakra is to sing. So put on those tunes and just sing away,
Yes.
whether it's in the shower, sing along with John, do whatever you need
That's
to do.
right. Yeah.
It's a great way to open up the throat chakra.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Lottie. Thank you, Natasha. So next, Viviane, is it LP? I saw your updated list said added LP. And is that before the next person? Because otherwise it was, is it Care Bear? I pronounce it with a K. I'll wait a moment for the answer. Next is LP from the previous chat. Okay. Yeah, LP is LP saying Care Bears first. Um, I think I'm going to go with Viviani and go with LP next. LP, how can we help at this time? Um, Let us know what you'd like in terms of a reading, clearing, healing. I found it in the chat. Yeah, whatever you've been called to do, may I have a healing and clearing? Great. So just ask LP to step forwards, your higher self and your guides. I'm being shown like immediately like your heart
Mm-hmm.
and connecting. It's like it's this arrow pointing, so in reverse of from your left LP to your guide. It's like this, and it's like this golden arrow. Um, it's a feeling of being connected. And what is the significance of this arrow? This golden arrow is a it's like I describe it like a soul gift, so something that you developed over many lifetimes. And what happens is you hold the arrow and you give it to another being, and as you do, it has this thread on it. And so when you give it to your guide, uh, it's still yours, but your guide holds it, and it creates this beautiful connection between, in this case, your heart and your guide, and that your guide can choose to pass it back, and that connection can remain, or you can just hold it with you. And you can do this with any, this feels like the start of a practice that you'll do with many people. And that there's no limit to where this arrow can travel. So it could be anywhere in the universe, any space and time. And it has this really, I keep seeing the color gold in your heart. It's like this really big, beautiful growth that can happen in your heart. So yeah, you can practice that um, in meditation, or if you're not meditating regularly, to find a quiet place, a quiet moment, take 3 deep breaths, and just lay out your hands. So first you place your hand on your heart, with hands on your heart, and then you call forwards your golden arrow and just like see it in your hands and invite your guide to step forwards and to pick up your golden arrow as this gift of connection. It's the heart connection. Anything you'd like to add, Natasha?
Yeah, so as John was giving you that wonderful gift, I was just clearing your physical, your etheric, your mental and emotional body. And what I was getting is sometimes you hold on to stuff for too long. So just helping you to let go of, and I felt it, I felt very much the heart going in there, but also very much in the intestines. And usually in the intestines is where we hold on to stuff. So just having a clear of all of that. And the message that they were saying is that we give life importance. We make things matter or not matter. And what they were saying is don't hold on to things for too long. Life's too short. Follow your joy. Let go. Surrender. Move on with it. Get up, move on as in kind of like, as things come in, work through them, connect to you. And that's probably why you're getting that. Hand it over to your guide, which John activated. Surrender it to a higher power. Your guide will work through it and hand it back clear. And you can work with your guides to let go of any worries or anything that's holding you down or anything that's upset you. Hand it over. You don't need to hold on to that for a long time. That's what I was getting while you were seeing that. I was just doing that and healing and that
Fabulous.
clearing.
LP says, thank you. I definitely need to let go of past relationships and choices. The energy
Mm-hmm.
still remains within me, and I wasn't sure if I should do a cord cutting, being a little bit depressed during Mercury retrograde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my sense is cord cutting is definitely it's always helpful. Um, and if you know how to do it, it feels like it's worth doing. What I did love about the difference with your arrow and this passing, like giving to your guide, is that there's this like surrender, like this asking for help, asking for that heart connection, that feeling. And there was this like burden, like you said, Natasha, in the heart, which is like if you're carrying it all the time and it's pushing down into the aspects below in your body, that it never serves your highest good. And so when you're
Mm-hmm.
asking for help, you're also allowing that help to come into you as well.
Absolutely. And especially within retrograde, a lot of the past starts coming up. So I would encourage you, the best way to release something is to allow for forgiveness. Forgive your ex, forgive yourself for being in those positions as well. Journaling is a great way to move through that, as well as cord cutting, but stepping into observation and what have you learned? What has it taught you about yourself? How could you change moving forward so you don't create the same patterns again? But definitely let it go because being connected to your ex is like cheating with your future with your past on cheating on your future with your past. So it's kind of like allow yourself, forgive yourself, give yourself the time you need to grieve that relationship, to grieve that aspect of you, um but then yeah, step into your highest potential and yeah, let it go, work with your guides for sure.
Definitely. Fabulous. Well, thank you, LLP. Thank you, Natasha.
Yeah.
And who is next? Is it Care Bear? And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Cara Bear or Care Bear. I'm reading it as Care Bear. LP says, thank you so much. I've been journaling a lot with forgiveness mindset. Thank you so much. So helpful. That was really good. Our pleasure, LP. Thank you. Let us know, Care Bear, if you're here and what you would like today. Just give you a moment to respond as I scan up the comments. My real name is Karen. Hello, Karen. Thank you.
Karen.
And let us know how we can help you today. One day I'm going to find like a super magical way of doing requests in like a little app or something that sits by the chat. But until then, we get to fill in for a few minutes. And I will just ask while we're waiting, Karen, on what you'd like us to focus on. I'm just going to invite forwards your guide and your higher self. We can at least start with a reading as a common denominator for everything we do. Energy clearing for self and home. A lot of negative energy around the upper chakras blockage on tarot readings. Thanks. I saw like so quickly between every chakra that you have, Karen, is this like I'm more used to seeing chakras flowing freely with the energy, like almost like flowing up and down like a spinal cord that runs, well, it's up and down your spine. Um, and what I saw is like this tube, um, and that it's running instead of your light flowing freely. The tube, the connections between every chakra had this almost like this dark rod, this dark energy around it, and that is absolutely blocking the communication between the chakras. Let me just take a closer look and see if I can remove this for you. Okay, so it's to be very gently removed out through, and I was hoping you'd say the root chakra, but it's the crown chakra to remove this out through. That's where it entered. Okay. And it's quite difficult to see because it's like it's embedded inside, like it's inside your chakras. And it's like some sort, we can come back to it, but it does feel like there's some sort of doubt. Like if you were doing tarot readings, something happened to you when you were doing readings that invited this in or allowed it to come in. And I'm just bringing down a column of light from the highest dimension source. I'm just going to illuminate it down through all of your chakras. And I'm calling forward my light sword. And I'm just going to ask Archangel Michael's help to hold this as I gently pull this out. I just want to make sure I do this as cleanly, as easily as possible. So it's coming out of the roots, out of the sacral solar plexus. I'm just pausing for a second on the heart because it's attached to either side of the heart. You do not have permission to be attached to any part of this being. Release. Just releasing that and up through the throat. And third eye, and then out of the crown. It's such an intense beingness. Okay, Archangel Michael, please return to source. I'll never return here again. Archangel Michael called it like a it's a strange name, a consent worm, which I don't, I get there's some meaning in that. It seems unusual grammatically. Um, but there was there was this doubt that you were going through, and it seemed to invite in. It was almost like you were saying, I don't really believe in what I'm doing. And as you did it, this thing saw the opportunity and offered help. So it was like, hey, I can help with your doubt. Let me just come in here for a moment. And it came in through the crown chakra. And that's developed. It's been there for quite some time. So I hope that removal helps. What did you find, Natasha?
Yeah, so absolutely connected also in, but where I got is automatically in my kind of like in my jaw. But again, it's all about that throat chakra in speaking your truth as well. But what came in where it's a little bit different is you need to continue to share your knowledge and wisdom. And sometimes you doubt what you get. And I can see why you've been doubting the information because of this connection that Jon has kind of like released as well. But you're also dealing with your maternal ancestral patterns in that belief of self, and your self-worth is needing to have a look at. And they're saying step into your power. Sometimes you have this fear of completely stepping into your power because of past lives, where they perhaps haven't worked out as well, and stepping into to your witchiness. But you're moving to a state of expansion as well, which is also why these limitations have come in as well, in a sense of kind of like to sabotage that. But now that Jon's removed that, it's almost like believe in yourself to a space that it becomes uncomfortable, because you are that powerful until you grow into that. Okay, so get used to being in the uncomfortable. You're here to support. Your purpose is bigger than just you, which is why it's stepping into that, because you're helping so many people. At the moment, so many people are awakening and they need your guidance. So that absolute trust in who you are and what you're here to do is of utmost importance. So sometimes what happens is what I got as well, now that I'm remembering, is got that slow down a little bit as well. Because what happens is you'll look at bodybuilders when they're picking up a lot of weight, they'll put their chin forward to help them with picking up that extra weight. And your tension and your stress you hold right here. It wouldn't surprise me if you didn't have TMJ, because there's quite a lot that's going on. So now that this has been released, and as you step into your power and start to believe who you are, you slow down a little bit, because that self-care, that self-love is so important right now. And a lot of the times it's the first thing to go. So you have to start with self first, always. But that's a maternal pattern that's coming in for you that you're releasing right now, that you're changing. And that will change the generations that are here and the generations to come, in you leading by example of putting yourself first is what I got.
Fabulous, Natasha. We did get a couple of other things from Karen. So she's saying, I already feel a release, a huge one. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And she went on and said, yes, absolutely right. And the struggle with stepping into it. Thank you so much. Um, yes, my jaw hurts often. My mom is TMJ. Hit the nail on the head. Wow. Woo! That's fabulous. I did, as you're describing it, Natasha, there's such ancient wisdom that Karen
Mm-hmm.
has. And I feel like the slowing down helps bring it through. I'm also conscious that, we're leading by example, right? We're all leading by
Mm-hmm.
example, including Natasha and I right now, but also Karen and anyone else. Whenever you choose to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and follow your superpowers and follow your passions, follow your mission, um, don't just copy what other people are doing, right? Like if you're the slowest reader in the universe, who cares? You might do the best readings in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
There's no right or wrong to it. And you see that with my high John videos and even my music. Often, like I'm trying to raise vibrations with slow music, and it's like it's just me. And I feel like there's past life wisdom, Karen, that you hold, that only you know about. And when you work with people, you bring forward such incredible information and and healing and visions for them, that as you continue to engage with it and you feel safe and confident and trust yourself, and as Natasha says, really work on that, on your throat and opening up. I think you're just going to just continue to do incredible work for everyone. So thank you. Okay. Who is next? Is it Yancy next? Oh, there's an updated list. Yes, it is Yan X, also known as Yancy.
Mm-hmm.
And what is Yancy looking for today? We can start with the reading. I'm just calling forwards higher self, Yancy and your guides. I love an Akashic healing and clearing for my highest good. My right leg has been hurting for 3 days. And when I lay down, I can feel it at the base of my spine. So that's your right leg. I see a blockage at the root chakra. I
Mm-hmm.
feel there's more. I'm just going to quickly take a look at that, and then I'm going to go up through the foot reflexes. Yeah, it's like down. It's like it's a small attachment, and it's on the I describe it as like the very core of your root chakra, but it's also on
Mm-hmm.
the spine. Okay, and
Yeah.
it's pressing on the um onto the spinal cord and affecting your nerves that run down into your legs. I'm just bringing forward my light sword. I'm just going to remove that. Wow, it's really heavy, this thing.
Yeah.
It's quite small, but it's really it's so dense.
While you remove that, I'm just going to do a cranial adjustment into that to support you, Jon.
Thank you. Yeah, Archangel Michael said, um, and without trying to sound dramatic, um, that it was like this egg of a demon, is what he said. So it was like it's something had placed it there to really stop you in your tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Quite what its intention was, I don't know, but it didn't seem good. But it's definitely removed now. It does seem to be, as I first connected, that it does seem to be connected to your mission, to your guides. Like your guides were pointing it out and saying, there's because there's so much joy and there's beautiful heart energy that you bring to others, this self love that you bring to others, that it was to slow you down or stop you on that journey. And I'm just going to go down to the sole of your right foot. I'm just scanning across the reflexes. Yeah, that's the only blockage I see is up into the base of the spine to the root chakra. I'm just scanning up through the leg. And I'm hearing right foot forwards, like stopping the right foot from going forwards, stopping you
Yeah.
from taking action. That was the purpose.
Yeah. And it came in to help because there's a career-wise, there's a little bit of confusion of not knowing how to move forward. And what I felt as well is there's also a worry around finances and a distrust that the universe has got your back as well. So it's an opportunity for you to look at where do you want to go in life? What direction do you which direction do you want to step in as well? And release the fear of finances. You will be fine. The universe has got your back. Follow you. It's follow your excitement, follow your joy. What do you enjoy doing? How do don't release the worry, because when we focus on worry, that's what we're giving energy to. We're giving life to those worries that we have. So if you do see a worry, allow it to come in, acknowledge it, and say, but this is what I prefer to do. And then action and think, move forward in the direction that you want to move forward in as well. And don't worry about financially. The universe has got your back. It's never let you down before. It's not going to let you down now. It's the money will show up. And that's what I was getting from that aspect. But now that John's
Fabulous.
removed that entity, it will allow you to flow. Absolutely.
I had the pleasure of doing a session for Jens just a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, there's a lot of what you've said definitely resonated. Thank you, Natasha. And yeah, Jens, let us know in the chat how that went for you. I hope it helps. Oh, she says, yes, I want to get a better job, but have no idea what to do.
Okay. Okay. So it's looking at what brings you joy. And it's everything that you've been through in life um, is gearing you towards the next phase in life. And it's a little bit hard because I use like the full name to go in completely into the records and have a bit of a dialogue. Do you know what she does for a living right now?
I must admit, I can't remember. or
Yeah, it's
maybe,
hard
forgive
when
me,
we're in
maybe I
these
was never
sessions
told.
in a different frame of mind.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's take the part of what you enjoy and find something that has more of that in it. The other thing that I usually do is I say, write down your ideal job description with the salary and everything. And put, again, hand it over to the universe and start calling in those opportunities. What I can do, I need a little bit more details to go in, but I'm going to call in the right people, the places, and the opportunities available to you. And I'm going to ask to release within your Akashic records the timelines, the dimensions, the realities that aren't in alignment with your highest potential. And once more, I call in the right people, the places, and the opportunities that are in alignment with your highest potential in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all realities. And I call in the opportunities to create a life that is abundant in health, wealth, happiness, joy, and love, removing all that no longer serves, calling forward, activating. Okay. So keep looking, keep opening up, keep open to the opportunities. They will show up. In the mornings when you wake up, first thing say, I wonder what magic and miracles will show up for me today. And then look for them.
That's fabulous. Thank you, Natasha. Yancy says that she works in customer service. And the I do remember from our session, Yancy, that there's with your gifts, like I won't share publicly the contents of it, but with your gifts and your abilities, it's something also that you could choose to do as a full-time job, not dissimilar to what I'm doing now. But yeah, I totally agree. Like even that sentence where you said, I want a better job, like, part of you knows that there's something better. And I love that idea, like go and write, even it might seem hard to write a job description, but start with like, if you can't do that, like just write either bullet points. And if you can't get the bullet points out, the words, like the things that fill you with passion and joy, the fabulous fun, flow, and freedom, and turn all those F's that you didn't like before into the ones you really want. And I think that'll really help you on your journey. So thank you for today's reading, and I hope that helps you. Thank you, Natasha.
Thank you.
Okay, and I think it's Harley next. Just check. I think so. I'm going with Harley, and let us know if you're in the chat, Harley, and what you'd like us to focus on. I'm just scrolling up. Yancy saying thank you so much. Thank you, Yancy. And yes, it's definitely Harley. And Harley's also here with some smiley faces. Hello. May I please have a clearing on blockages regarding romantic love relationships? Is there blockage due to past lives or generational curses? Anything regarding the man I have feelings for and myself? Well, thank you, Harley. Take a look.
Jon, can you please repeat the name?
Harley.
Harley. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Just asking Harley and your higher self and your one of your guides to step forwards, please. I your guide is like right, it's like right in there. Like they've been talking to you a lot about this. Uh, I'm not, I don't have the full answer yet, so I'm just gonna share as I experience it, which is your guide is showing me, Harley, what you're doing is like you're taking your own heart out of your body and then you're giving it to these other people. And
Mm-hmm.
you're like, maybe that one, maybe if I give my heart to that person, then they'll like, then I'll love myself again because they will love you. And when some you feel like when someone loves you, that you love yourself, that you gives you permission and self worth. And you every time you're doing it, your guide is like wrestling with you. It's like, stop giving your heart away. And they're like grappling with your heart and trying to put it back in
Mm-hmm.
your chest. Um, and you're asking about like try and understand some of the causes, the past lives. I do. There's trauma where you like it's like you. I'm seeing you abandoning your heart. You're you're betrayed. I'm just seeing you in a. I describe it, and we're going quite quick. It's like you're uh, a witch within the last few hundred years, within the last 300 years, and you're in like these dungeons, and the person that put you there is the one that you loved, and while you're in that space, while you're imprisoned, you're saying you're talking with your heart like it's a separate part of you. You're saying, "How could you put us here? How could I'll never trust you again? Why would I love someone else and have this happen to me?" And you felt betrayed by your own heart. And I just see you like going through this like really energetic, like a really horrific experience where you're like it's like you're ripping your own heart out. And so when you came into this life with a new heart and your physical heart, it's been difficult for you to integrate and connect with again. And I was just picking up on some of those this idea of generational curses. There was battles against you and like your soul tribe and your family. Um, and whilst I don't strongly believe that, a curse is a thing that can just be placed on you and it can never be undone, but more that this was like repeated attempts to stop you and your gifts. I don't see it right now. I don't see it in this life. Other than it's almost like the curse itself, if you like, or that battle against you won in a previous life, and there's not so much attention just now. Let me see if I can help. with some healing on your heart just now. And this self-love. Self-love is, it's only a gift you can give yourself. I'm asking Archangel Raphael to take a look as well. And there's a little bit of integration. I'm just going to bring in some healing energy into your heart and allow you to really hold your heart. And if you wish to, you can hold your heart at the same time with your hands. We weave this heart back into space within the rightful owner of this beautiful heart. And inviting you to rekindle that self-love. And only those that are able to match the love that you have for yourself may have access to this beautiful heart. Wow. How did it go for you, Natasha?
Yeah, I'm just going to call forward all your previous lifetimes that are all aspects of you, past, present, future, and parallel. And I'm going to close off all contracts, all deals, all agreements, all vows, all oaths, all pledges, all alliances, and all allegiances with the people, the places, and the circumstances that no longer support you in your relationships, in loving yourself. And I close, seal, and archive all these contracts, all these deals, all these agreements. And I also remove from those lifetimes all curses, all hexes, all spells, all vexes, all things seen and unseen. I ask that they are brought to light and that they are sent back to their source or sent into the light and that they are dissolved. And I clear this with love and with compassion. What I was seeing, the same theme as Jon was saying, is there is an aspect of belief. You give love, but you don't, there's an unworthiness to receive it. So you call on partners that aren't able to give it. And it's asking you to love yourself. And like Jon said, you will match the person, you'll call in the person that matches the love that you have for yourself. So that is a huge aspect for you to work on in this lifetime. It's also an intergenerational pattern of giving yourself over and molding yourself to your partners as well. So there is a need to come together, but there's also a need for that independence and completely in staying within your own identity and being who you are, because who you are is beautiful. But it's calling forward those partners, those that are ready to love you in the way that you are, but that starts within. It's almost too much responsibility to give that to somebody else. So I'm going to call forward your ideal partner to support you through this next phase. I'm collapsing all timelines that aren't in alignment. And I activate the timelines that are in alignment with you finding love, harmony, compassion within yourself. And I call forward the ideal partner to support you with this in all timelines, in all dimensions, and in all realities. And I activate the frequency of self-love within yourself, calling in the codes, activating the codes within yourself that already exist of unconditional love, radical self-acceptance, and compassion. And I'm activating this within your heart chakra and all the other chakras. And I'm reactivating this within your DNA. Because you are worthy and deserving of all that is good in life. Know this, they say. You are worthy and deserving of a partner that completes you in every way. Calling forward that partner and activating that timeline, that potential to meet them. And you need to continue to activate that love within yourself so that those frequencies match and come together for you. I hope that was helpful.
Thank you, Natasha. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Harley, let us know. I hope that helped you. She did say earlier, thank you, Jon. And yeah, thank you, Natasha. You can do this, Harley, says Youngie Bands. Um,
Yes.
so I was a little bit ahead since the chat itself is ahead of the live stream. So next up is Youngie Bands for a reading and healing. Just asking Youngie Bands to come forwards and also your higher self and your guide. It's really funny. Your um your guide showing me this, which is this revolving door, and it reminds me of being shown there's a pub. I think it's Natasha. Is it the Gilded Arms or something? Just near Edinburgh City Waverley Station, and
Yes.
it's an amazing place to go. Where and I must admit I've done it before, so is that okay for me to laugh at? But when I used to drink, I would go there. You could, if you got a good table, you could watch the revolving door, and the more people drink, the harder it is to use a revolving door. And it's just the funniest thing. Like some people would, be in there for maybe a few minutes, getting quite dizzy, not really sure how to leave, and then when they left, they'd just be like this epiphany. They're outside, like, whoa, or they'd come back inside and like equally like, whoa, look. Um, it's like you keep coming back to the same thing, but you're not sure how to take action. And what is this? What is this referring to? Coming back here, coming back to me. What is the significance of this? To choose a path, and to choose your focus. And I'm just seeing, and I didn't say it earlier, like Natasha, like witnessing what I can only describe as like crafting timelines is really inspirational. And that's what I saw, like this, you younging bands, you're like just, you're choosing your path. And it was like, as you did, this whole future opens up around you.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, while you're in the revolving door, it's like it doesn't exist. Like that path, that future path to your dream life, or all the things that you dream of being in your life, like they literally don't exist until you stop spinning around and choose your focus. And it does feel like the being brought back to what we were saying with Yancy, which was, find the things that you love to do as a great like starting point, and go back. You can go back to the things that you love when you're a child, but also things you picked up since, those passions, those hobbies, the things that really heal you and fill your heart. Um, and there's an exploration as well. I'm seeing. It's really curious. I'm being shown a mix of ancient wisdom and then also like this future connection, and almost like I describe it like an alien contactee. Like you're being invited to your journey to explore more, and in that exploration, find things that you've never done that are exciting, and it does feel like there's some rabbit holes, or they might appear a bit like a rabbit hole. When we go down a rabbit hole of like, what's a UFO or ley line, or a thing that has some mystery to it, that some play in that, and to allow you to explore further. How did you get on, Natasha?
Yeah, I got something similar. They just showed me a different vision. Is sometimes like you have your head down and you can't see the wood for the trees. So they're asking you to take a breath, look up, and take an aerial perspective of your life and what it is that you're wanting to create. Because sometimes we get just so down into the everyday, into that revolving door of what life is, and it's like, stop the world, I want to get off. Is what's happening, but we don't know where. So it's almost like saying to stop. Like there's a moment of pause that needs to happen, and a checking in, and asking, what do I want physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? And is looking at getting off this treadmill, this hamster wheel of every day. And they're suggesting taking your time, stepping out and asking, if time and money were in abundance, what would you do? How would you live your life? How would you be of service? How would you spend your days? And start looking at what you want to create, because if you envision it, you can create it. So there's an element of just like a time out, a stop, a pause, have an aerial view of your life, which is that if time and money were in abundance, what would I do? Because sometimes when we have that aerial perspective, we're able to see the pathway better. So it's taking that pause, and it's like Jon says, that ancient knowledge and wisdom, you already carry it within you. So it's taking that time to allow it to activate, to release it, and to live it. Yeah, it's burnout. It's like it's time. It's, you need a holiday. You need a time to just be with yourself, be in nature, and look at what is it that you truly love. What is it that you want to do? Because I don't know who said this, but if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life, or it won't feel
That's
like
right.
it.
Yeah.
So that's what you're looking for. You're getting off this hamster, this treadmill that is constantly going. And it's okay to stop and pause and pivot. And I see a definite a career change is a great opportunity for you, is an opportunity that's coming up for you. Um, but like Jon said, you need to implement the changes so that you don't find yourself in this same place because you're repeating patterns. So it's responding to the situations in a different way, and changing your behavior changes the patterns. Otherwise, you will continue to find yourself in the same place.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you, Natasha.
You're
And thank
welcome.
you, Young Bands. Let us know how that was for you. Next, we have the fabulous Viviani, for a healing and clearing. And she's asking, what's holding her back? What's holding her back on her current path? And a couple of bits of context. In the chat earlier, she was describing how she's getting ready. Like, this is like a public announcement, right? Vivian is saying, I'm getting ready to do my own live, to go live by myself on YouTube. Which is, yes, do it. Like, and so excited for that. That's one piece of context. And then the other is that, just to say that there's this aspect of, going through training at the moment, her self foundational training, and doing fantastic. So she's already developing like quantum energy healing, and connecting with guides. So there's a lot progressing kind of all at the same time. So and Natasha, thank you for staying next 23 minutes, over and above the advertised time with you. So yeah, this would be our last today with Natasha.
Yeah, thank you.
Just asking Viviani to come forwards and our guides, our higher self. I'm being shown it's a quite funny, but it's a very like powerful visual. Like I see you, Viviani, you're like your human form standing, and your heart is like it's like sticking out, and it's like pushing forwards. It's like pulling you. It's like pulling you into this into these actions that you're taking, and you're being invited to like hold on to your heart, like bring it. It feels a little bit uneasy, and to bring your heart back into yourself. And your heart absolutely knows, like you're feeling it really strongly, how to take action, how to go forwards. And as well as that action, there's this need for you to hold on to yourself, to cultivate your self-love. And your heart can see ahead of you, can see your path, and feels it strongly, and there's this magnetic draw between the now version of you and your future. And there's an ask for you to allow this feeling to be received across your whole body. Allow your heart to share this with every aspect of you. And some of those blockages, I see like your heart saying to your mind, "It's okay. Like I've got it sorted out." And your mind's like, "What's that? So what are we gonna do?" And your heart's like, "We're just gonna step forwards. You know, like that thing that we said. We're just gonna do that thing, and like go live on YouTube." And the mind's like, "But then what?" Like, and oh, by the way, I'm probably going to be terrible. And so there's an allowance of this, like all these aspects of you to be heard. Um, and it's really curious. I was just shown like I described as like a future memory of you, almost like a line of like a ghost of you in the future, and that's what your heart's following. Your heart's like, catch up with that one. It's like that future timeline. It's running that way. Let's go. And that it's on, you know, sometimes it's unusual for us to be so strongly led by our hearts, and when you have such a dominant heart energy, to allow the rest of you, so up into your throat. It's really funny, like you're doing today in the live chat. You're telling everyone, and you're telling everyone that you're scared of it too, but you're gonna do it. And so your throat's saying, yeah, I can speak my truth. I can share this journey. Um, and so that feels really good, and it feels like it it was something I obsessed about in my journey as I transitioned out of my corporate job. I kept making these videos saying, I'm scared. I'm really scared. I was terrified for like 2 years. And but as I knew that as my heart was pulling me, leading me through it, I kept saying, I want to just cherish that moment and to allow myself to experience that fear, because I know it's about to pass. I know it's almost gone. It's almost disappeared, and right now it has. It's like totally gone. Um, and so for your mind and this kind of logical aspect, um, there's definitely a trust element between your heart and mind, and so there's this aspect of your heart being able to say, okay, let's just um, let's just take a moment. What happens? Let's think through what happens when we take that next step, and let's only really focus on that one next step, because you feel a strong urge towards this vision you're pulling yourself through. And so in the case of the going live, you know, allow this kind of this inner chat with yourself. You could choose to say it out loud if you want, as like a practice, and say, you know, today I'm going to go live the first time on my YouTube channel, and I don't know what to expect. I'm going to surrender to this feeling of excitement and joy it brings, and I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to see who comes along, who supports me, what it feels like. Does it feel aligned with what I'm doing? And I feel like there's an opportunity for my mind to receive like the next steps. Really, what I'm asking my mind to do is like help transform those feelings into the next actions. And it might be doing this again if that feels good, and that becomes my plan, is just to do it once more. And to be honest, that's what Jon's plan is. It's like, just do next Tuesday, do next Thursday. Like, and I love that feeling. And I ask my mind, it's like, should it be that time? Should it, is that working? Should it be, what steps should I take? Should I invite Natasha on? All these things. I know you're almost at time, Natasha, so I'll let you go.
So what I was getting is feel the fear and do it anyway. Because if you're not feeling the fear, it's not big enough. So when you're feeling that fear, you know you're in that right place. So get used to feeling that uncomfortableness is the message that I got for you. And the vision that I saw is what's between you and what you want to be is a glass ceiling. And like Jon was saying, he could see your heart. I could see your heart pulling you through that glass ceiling um, at the same time, which was absolutely beautiful. And what they've come to say is, as well, is it's going to sound a little bit odd, but don't be selfish. You not sharing your knowledge and wisdom on YouTube, you not sharing the messages, the what you're supposed to be on YouTube is selfish. Those people that you've already contracted to, those people that you've already have those messages spiritually. I'm talking about just like Jon and I on our blueprint, we've created a contract with all the people that we supported today to support you. You've got that contract with those that are listening to you. So it becomes more important than that fear, is what they're saying. So what you have to say is important. The love that you have to share is important. And you don't need another training. You just need to be you because people love you and you will attract those that resonate with your energy. Those are the people you will attract. So don't worry about any of the negative comments or anything. I think there's a fear that, oh, what will people think? It doesn't matter. You'll attract those that are ready for you and you need it. And the other thing that they were saying is don't forget that fear and excitement feel exactly the same way in the body. So if you're feeling fear, just say, no, I'm excited. My heart is racing, my palms are, wet, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. It's the same feeling. So convince yourself that you're excited to go onto YouTube and feel the fear and do it anyway. Because what you have to do is important for all those that will listen to you. And that's what they're saying. So onwards. If it's not scared, it's not big enough.
Yes. Wow. What a beautiful
Yeah.
message. Thank you, Natasha. And thank
Thank you.
you, Viviane. Thank you, everyone that's come along today. I know we still had a few left to do. Do expect Viviane to say, yes, I love the excitement. Oh, and just retracted it. But yeah, I will be changing the Tuesdays to maybe or Monday or Wednesday. I haven't figured it out. Thursdays will still going ahead. I think next Tuesday we'll still go ahead, but it's just to let you know that there'll be some scheduling changes. And it was so amazing having you coming along, Natasha. Like, wow,
Oh,
you're so incredible, and your gifts are. It's just super exciting to work with you. Um, and I'm excited to if because some people are asking who's Natasha. Not quite in those words, but like where's Natasha's details? Like, please do all these podcasts that I keep sharing about the mindful leadership. Uh,
mhm.
Natasha and I are doing those once a week, but also like I've shared Natasha's website. Please do visit her, follow her incredible work. You won't be disappointed. I highly recommend Natasha. We've done sessions together for
Mhm.
each other before, and
Yeah,
just a really incredibly talented soul. And you're just in Edinburgh as well, which is great. You're really close by. And
absolutely.
we should do one in person together. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that I would love that. I would love that. I am so grateful to be here and to be part of the work that you're doing, Jon. And you inspire me, and you've inspired me as well. I think a lot of that message behind was that last message was for me as well to move on and do some more stuff. And I find you very inspirational, and I love working with you and being of service with you. So really, thank you.
Thank you. That's so kind.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'll close down today's session. Thank you, everyone, for coming, asking us to step out of the bubble I created for today's session and just shrinking it down. I'd like to thank our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, and every soul that's participated in today's session. Archangel Michael, please return to Source and return here again. Thank you. And yes, for those that we've done readings and clearings and including your pets in your home, please get plenty of rest, drink plenty of water, take good care of yourself. And thank you so much, everyone. And yes, if you have donated, I will be sharing those donations with Natasha. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
all your loving kindness support. Sending so much love to everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.